In the latest development in his protracted legal battle, the controversial founder of WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, walked out free after agreeing to enter a guilty plea to a felony charge related to his purported role in one of the worst thefts of secret information in US history. The US Justice Department struck an agreement with Assange that it would prevent him from being imprisoned in the United States, according to recently filed federal court reports. Assange has already spent time in a high-security London prison while battling extradition. Instead, the prosecution is requesting a sentence of 62 months. Because of this deal, Assange would be credited for his time served and may return to Australia as soon as possible.
One of the hopeful things that I've discovered is that nearly every war that has started in the past 50 years has been a result of media lies. The media could have stopped it. If they had searched deep enough, if they hadn't reprinted government propaganda, they could have stopped it. But what does that mean? Well, that means basically populations don't like wars. And populations have to be fooled into wars. Populations don't willingly and with open eyes go into a war. So if we have a good media environment, then we'll also have a peaceful environment.
Following his release from custody, he left the UK's Belmarsh prison and departed to Saipan, where he is scheduled to appear before a significant court to finalise the plea deal. With the resolution of years of detention and bitter extradition disputes, this development represents a critical turning point in Assange's protracted legal ordeal. After the hearing, Assange is expected to return to Australia. Throughout his legal procedure, supporters of Julian Assange, including his family and press freedom advocates, expressed relief as his case nears resolution. Australian PM Anthony Albanese advocated for Assange's release, condemning his lengthy imprisonment as unjust. The development marks a significant moment amid global debates on press freedom and whistleblower rights.
The government is certainly aware that Australian citizen Mr Julian Assange has legal proceedings scheduled in the United States. While this is a welcome development, we recognise that these proceedings are crucial and they're delicate. Given these proceedings are ongoing, it isn't appropriate to provide further detailed comment. I will say, though, that the Australian government has continued to provide consular assistance to Mr Assange through the UK High Commissioner, Stephen Smith, who travelled with Mr Assange when he left the United Kingdom, and US Ambassador Kevin Rudd, who is also providing important assistance.
Following his incarceration in 2010 and his asylum request in Ecuadorian embassy in London, Julian Assange's turbulent odyssey comes to an important plea agreement. This incident, which occurs in the midst of international talks about press freedom and prosecution of whistleblowers, sparks new conversations about how to strike a balance between national security and journalistic integrity. It is a pivotal point in the continuous fight for openness and freedom of speech. Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks, gained widespread recognition after releasing about 500,000 classified documents, the majority of which were information about US military operations in Iraq and Afghanistan, with the Iraq War Logs and Afghan War Diary from 2010. These disclosures exposed military tactics and civilian casualties, sparking a national and international debate about government accountability and transparency. Assange was commended by supporters of press freedom for exposing state misconduct, but he was also subjected to several legal consequences. American prosecutors charged him with plotting to steal and disclose private information in 2019. John Demers and other critics of Assange's status as a journalist said that his actions endangered confidential sources.